Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough with your ghostified gamer. You know, I thought I may have pressed record, and I wasn't in my Factorio window, and I pressed the button, and I stopped the recording. So I ripped all this up already, and I look over, and I'm not recording. I was like, oh, gosh, well, you know, it happens. So anyway, well, look at that. We got a copper train loading up copper, but this is not a copper train that we we haven't. I haven't commissioned it out to the new area yet. Oh, look at that! It's still. Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't set to 2,000. That might be too high. Well, yep, it's all gone. I ripped it up, and I missed all of it. That's okay. Whatever. More time for other things. The duralumin, or duralium, is chewing up the copper. Can't wait to get I think there's an alloyed version of this, so it'd be nice to get that going. And you know what? Now that I think about it, we might be... Let's see. Let's check this out here. Because, see, it's using plate. Oh. So we got molten aluminum and copper. So what we're going to be doing, this is going to be kind of crazy. These builds are going to be nuts. The ones that are alloyed. Because duralumin is an alloy. You know, it's using two different ores. Molten ores. Casting it. Ooh. So, yeah. That's going to make it interesting. I wonder if the other ones... I think that's under here. No. It's under here. Alternate energy. Well, yeah, good luck finding that one. Let's see. Intermetallics. Let's see if that we can... Okay, so this is in a... oh, it's in an advanced foundry. Yeah, forgot about that. No, I want that. Okay. Oh. So the antimony and the Nexlet plate are still... Yeah, so it's still combining it in a smelter. So one of these. Oh, okay, that sucks. I was hoping we could get away from the smelters altogether, but apparently not. Oh, anyway, I'm ripping this apart. So yeah, I was like, I think I hit my... I don't know what I did. I must have hit a button because my active window was not Factorio. It may have been still the recording software I use is OBS. And, whoops. Oh, well. All right, let's get this out of the way, then. Let's send this on its merry way. You know, it's weird. Look at how close that is. Oh, by the way, I wanted to also, before I forgot to mention it in the last episode. It's, the stupid bots. Okay. On a curve. All right, yeah, let's go over this. All right, so... If you have a curve, you can't put a train stop down on a curve. Now, if you change, somehow the bots were able to place it on a curve, but what happened was this stop somehow got onto a curve on the stacker, on the yard. So this one was up here. And it was an invalid stop, but everything seemed to work. We're like, why is it there? Why is it connected? So there's an instance where when you're blueprinting, the bots will still put it down, but it's an invalid stop. It shouldn't do it. It shouldn't allow it. I don't know why. I think that's kind of an issue. Maybe they can't resolve it in the software. I don't know, in the game. So I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on with this? So I pulled up the common error, reconnect it, nothing. I'm like, well, maybe the stop is bugged, So I pull the common error up, I pull the stop up, and I'm like, oh, it moved down. Oh, so that's what was wrong with this one here. And I copied and pasted it down here. So I copied and pasted the error, the issue. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Very interesting. And we're just going to pull that up. And then we're going to pull that out. And then this will come back here, and we'll repurpose this train to the new copper build. Okay, you are now mine. Let's go ahead and put that in manual mode. Oh, you know what? I know where my trains are. I have trains that are going to copper. I forgot. I have them staged over by the factory, the hub. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll run these suckers over here. I haven't done anything off screen, believe it or not. We'll go here. We'll go there. We'll go full. We'll go circuit and go. Now, we'll shift right click that one. And I stage the trains here. Click, click, click. Where's my train? There it is. I'm going to send that back to here. Oh, wait a minute. Where's that going? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll set back there. Temp packs. Yeah. I got a square. I really want to get... I was thinking, man, I really should get an engineering train. I want to get like a 3, maybe 2 train. Oh, here we are. We are here. Ah, look at that. There we go. Nom, nom, nom. Whoa, this thing already filled up. 2 trains. Well, yeah, because it's in here. Okay, so what is going on here? Oh, I forgot I was going to do this. Darn it. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot I wanted to take care of this thing. So let's see how we're doing here, though. Chew it up. There it is. Oh, and now I got to go in here. I took this base is up. I pulled the supplier stop. So all I got to do is X and then pick copper. I don't need to do anything more than that. You need the stops down if you're changing the priority by reordering everything. So here's copper plate yard. Update. That's why you name it copper ore, copper plate, because it gets confusing. There we go. Alrighty. We got it up and running. And this is doing pretty good. Look at the footprint on that, huh? And check it out. Look at that. We're destroying it now. I don't know what's going on over here, though. Why are these going so slow? That's a lot of rejects. Wow. Now we're getting grade 4 from here. Oh, it's an export issue. Wait a minute now. Wow. 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 Maybe I gotta separate this out. Yeah. Wow. Wow. We'll try that. See if we can get it to go a little quicker. It's kind of like 2 belts. Oh, you know what I could do is, well, I'd have to tuck under this one. I'd have to underground and go this way because of the way there's another option. I could use mini loaders, you know. That would be on, yeah, you know what? Let's do the mini loaders. A little cleaner looking. Let it export there. There we go. Okay, and then I can get rid of that mess. I don't want to run 2 belts. Looks hideous. Not that it isn't hideous already, as it is. There we go. That should help with throughput. Now, what's up with you? Gravel, huh? That is kicking out quite a bit of gravel. Looks like it's keeping up, though. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's being able... I didn't look at the... I tried to estimate what it was for belts, belt for the stone and all that. Let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, this is doing fine. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at how much of a belt stone and gravel was combined. Just in case for this and all that, for each process. Okay, now it is backing up. Yeah, so let's go do. We'll do this as well. Gravel. Get out of here. Oh, so yeah, see what this is doing here? So I gotta use a T signal on this. Red wire, bonk, bonk. And we go out, read stop train, and T. There you are. So if the T signal is not present, then we're active. And that'll keep the train from sitting here. And I think when this is running, that's when it's going to be here, you know. And there. And then we'll just go copy. Oh. See how it's not copying it? I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. So now you'll load up. Oh, you know what the problem though is that I think I might need to have like 2 cases in this event because this thing is just going nuts right now. I could do this too. Kind of help it along. That way it'll load quicker. That way it gets out of here. The gravel is the big problem because it's 200. Oh boy. There we go. Yeah, I might have to do a little thing here. Just as a fail-safe. I don't like to do things like that, but it kind of has to. We have to do it. Otherwise, the train just sits here forever. Okay. Wow. Look at this mess. What's backing up? Grade 4. All right, that's what we want. So this is done now. Okay, cool. Wow, we were running that pretty cool, huh? That was fun. That's exciting. I'm going to collect the materials for steel now, and we'll get cracking on that. And then, yeah, I'm hoping it's this. I want to do a build like this. And what I'm going to do is kind of pull it down a little bit more. I don't want it this high up. And then we don't have as much space between. And I got to set up I got to set up a tailings train to pull this over. You know, I want to look at tailings, actually. I forgot about that. And see what can we do with it. Well, there's 52 uses for it, but we don't have a lot of tech unlocked for it. We got this coal water slurry, which doesn't have a use right now. It's just, well, we get aromatics out of it. That'd be nice to have. Benzene, we're not able to do anything with it right now. And then, let's see here. Wait, what happened here? Wait, usage. So we have 52 usage. This is the one we used way back for Nexalit, which, you know, we're not going to do now. Tailings dust, we don't really have an answer for that. As you can see, wait a minute, tailings dust. It's used for this empty comb. We're going to have to do that for the next science pack. The bees. Blue liqueur, empty comb, coal tile. Oh, we can... Ooh. Classifier. We get some ores and stuff. Coal dust and ore. I mean, that's a way to get rid of it. Rich dust. What's up with that? Oh, iron oxide and chromite sand. Okay. Okay. That's a use. We can get rid of it. That's what I'm looking to do, is can we get rid of it? And then that's locked behind tech. Okay. And then barreling, the iron slime, and everything is locked, see? So yeah, it's kind of like we just, I mean, we just have to vent it for now. And really, I don't want to go into this big rabbit hole of stuff we're not going to, and then you look at it and you're like, well, I can't use it for any of this anyway. And, you know, I'd rather get the science pack up and running, the next one, than mess around with that. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll go get the steel stuff, and then, like what I was saying is, I want to try to drop the, I hope I remember, you know, if I forget, no big deal. But I want to drop the build down a little bit so we're not as high up. And however, though, I think another thing that I'd like to do is move this casting unit up here. And then we'll pull the because we can do, or a little, just maybe a little higher, if anything, a little higher, so we can get this off of this here. Because if I drop this down some, I don't know, I guess it's not that bad. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. We're trying to accommodate for this. And this yard is pretty big, you know, because we have to have spacing. Because normally you'd be here. So we've got all this extra space from here to here, basically, you know. So we have to accommodate for that in this yard, the way I got it set up. Okay, well, at least we kind of brainstormed that. All right, I'm going to get the stuff, and we're going to get to work. Okay, here we go for the steel. All right, so, some developments. I have some edits and cuts in the video. I started recording yesterday, and I went through it, and I go, you know what? And I figured something out. I'm a dingus. Sometimes you forget things, and you're like, oh, how'd I forget that? Anyway, so for iron, I screwed up, and that's why it's kind of imbalanced. Also, copper is imbalanced because, as I was going over the footage, I realized I didn't account for the extra copper plate that's coming out. Well, there's imbalances because the extra copper plate coming from the low-grade copper is adding to the output. It isn't adding to the output, so it inflated the inputs, and that's what Hellmod will do. So let's go over this one that works. Now, you notice how I got a 0.63 now. I don't know how many episodes. What, I'm in the 80s now, and I just realized that. Oh yeah, whatever. You can start with the resource you want and the desired output, and I only need 5 steel for this. It seems to be working. You know, the amount of building I'm doing, 5 steel a second is amazing, right? It's pretty good. It's been holding up. So for example, so I'm going to keep with that. And so we have here molten steel and iron. Okay, so molten steel is still using the coke, and it takes the iron. So we're doping it with the carbon, to get the stronger steel. I think it's the carbon aligns the molecules better for the iron and makes it stronger. I don't know how it works chemically. Pretty cool stuff. So we have to bring in an extra input. Now, we still need the molten iron. So everything from here on down is a replication of the iron build. And this is where I went. Well, I did try to add in the iron oxide into that process. I have matrix solver, and I forgot I can click on this to add it up. So I screwed up forgetting that I could do that. When you have matrix solver and you have 2 outputs, you click on this output. If, like for example, we're getting the pulp and we're getting the slime, iron slime, and both of them produce tailings and the unslimed iron. For the one that's not resolved down, like for example, I clicked on this and I picked the iron pulp stage 1, and then I left it alone. What I should have done was clicked on, I think it was, how did I do it? What happens is you're able to click on this, I think again, and then you pick this recipe or so, whatever. However it is, you click on the I think it was this one. Yeah, I clicked on this, and then this became an input here. Then I clicked on this one, which generated this recipe, but there was another instance where I was able to get this up here. I think I clicked on this one, or this one. No, it was this one. Yeah. So when I clicked on this came up here, and then this is now an output, which we need to resolve. As you notice here, it's not in here. We resolved it. So we have extra hydrogen, flue gas, and tailings, and then the gravel and stone. Now, that's what I did. Okay, I couldn't remember how I had to refresh my memory there. So now we have 2 iron slimes adding to 0.4 now. Whereas before, it was saying, oh, in order to get this 5, because we're not accounting for the iron slime output, the ones down here, the machines down here were inflated to accommodate for that. And so what you have is an imbalanced build. You have too much on the input and not enough on the output. Even though it's going to work out anyway, because you're resolving you're taking the iron slime and everything is going fine. So I think the copper is imbalanced in that regard on the input, and the output is for the iron. The output is imbalanced, so I have too much slime, or I have too much input for that one too. That's what's going on. I have too much input, and it's imbalanced on the input to output side. That's what's going on. So will we rework those? We'll rework those later. But for now, I think it's more important to understand why. Okay, so here we have the 0.4, and we have the tailings. We're gonna have to deal with those. And we found out that tailings is kind of like, well, until I get better tech, I'm just gonna vent it, and then we want to leave the option to pull it out, and we'll use LTN for that. This whole process starts with the iron dust, and everything is kind of the same here. Oh, and there is a centrifuge. We need just a little bit of centrifuging to get that iron pulp there, so we had to add that in. Okay, now this is kind of a fun process. So we get the stone, and then we get the gravel out of this thing, and we're going to repurpose that, obviously. And so we get the grade 1 is what we're after. You pick the grade 1, then you pick a byproduct 1. So the impact crusher takes the level 2, which is a byproduct, to get the level 1. In order to get the level 2, we have 2 processes here. We pick the other byproduct 1, which is the grade 3. And then the grade 3 popped up. I think it was the only recipe that could pop up was this one, because there was nothing else. There was no dual or 3-way. If there's more than one way, Helmod will pop up both, and you got to pick the byproduct 1 first, or else it will be an unresolved output, or an extra. So I clicked on this one to get this one, which is basically the final one. We got our jaw crushers, iron, and the mining, which I threw in there. So what it did when I clicked on this here, and then I clicked on this one here, the iron slime. So I clicked on the iron pulp to get the next process, and then I think I clicked on the iron slime from the output process, and it popped it up here. It will pop it up top, by the way, and you have to use your arrow keys to move it down. Oh, wow, shift click is 5 rows. Oh, control click bottom. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, it's good to read stuff. So, yeah, so if you shift click that, it'll pop it down 5 rows. Nice. So I got it down to here, and then everything changed. All this stuff went and minimized. It got less. So I was like, oh, thank you. All right, so that's that. Now, in between my cuts here, I found a problem with the hot air, and it is fixed. I had to put an output case here. Now, I was backwards with it. Obviously, now I can take this out here. Well, actually, I want it here because this belt will back up if this thing is running. So I had to put an output case on here, not just an input case. Now I think about it, because there could be surplus from here. I also had to beef this up. Now, remember, Helmod couldn't resolve this stupid thing, so I had to wing it. In order to get this thing to run, I had to add more of these, and I'll have to add more of these and these, or to get consistency. This thing is hungry, man. This thing requires a lot of warm bricks, or a lot of what is it? Oh, yeah, the warm bricks. It requires a lot of warm bricks. I've got this thing kind of running a little better now. And then another thing, too, happened. LTN had 2 trains coming to this to grab. I was a little bit miffed by that. And then I had a hot air train sitting at, I think, iron or copper, with like 5,000, and I took the timeout completely out of the, you disable timeouts, and it saves you from having contaminated yards. So luckily I was watching it and I saw that. So I've got the molten salt sitting here. We got everything going. This has been, oh, it's down to 6,800 now. Okay. Interesting. It's consuming. What else did I do here? I don't know if I did anything on the iron. I don't think I did. Oh, something I forgot to mention. I ripped out the LTN test area. I don't need it anymore. If I do need one, I'll just do a little bootstrap, rail system. And another thing I noticed is, look at that. Our stone is actually going down. So between the copper, and I've built a bunch of things, to get the steel stuff here. Now that copper and iron are pulled out of that belt base, it's massively minimized the amount of garbage that we're pulling out of here. So what that'll do is it'll hopefully get us more onto stone consumption, and then the Kerrigan will pop up again. So the problem I was having was the imbalance of stone, and the stone wasn't being pulled from the mines, henceforth no Kerrigan, henceforth fuel was going down. So I think that this is a good system here to have for Kerrigan, even though you're wasting stone, until you get these systems up and running, where now they're consuming stone through the way of sand casting, and also we're consuming stone normally, and there's a minimal amount of stone coming out of those processes. We're repurposing the stone basically. So that's great. And also the sand too. Okay. I did have another little update to that little stone crap junk train area. I decided to key this belt here to the case, because if I get more than enough sand, that's fine. We're gonna burn it off anyway. But I was pulled. I guess, gravel and stone were being wasted here, and I didn't have any sand in here. So this train is just sitting here. And we get sand mines later on too, where you plop a sand mine down, you probably feed it with fluid or whatever and parts, and you can actually mine sand like you would a miner, but it's a random, you can put it wherever you want. Just like the water extractors and all that, you have to pay for it basically, but you can get it out of the ground, which is cool. Okay, so that is updated and all that. I think that's all. Oh, I did some cleanup here too. I cleaned this mess up. No more syngas. And syngas is coming in here via TSM up here. And it's going down. It's feeding our plastic. And it's also fueling the Vitter alloy smelter, which is good. And I pulled up all this stuff. I wanted to do it on screen, but some things you just gotta do. I went ahead and combinated everything so I don't forget inputs, outputs. Good visual cue here, knowing what I've got going on. This one's got fuel for both, and then we got what I'm thinking of doing is bringing coke in here for fuel, and coke for the steel and for the fuel. That way it simplifies this whole process. I don't want to bring in the carbon-based crap. That's easier to do. Yeah, we need a lot of oxygen. And you know what? Let me check that again, because I don't think no, it's still 6, Yeah, because we got to feed 4. And I don't know what that's a 4 second. That's a 4 second. So, yeah, got a lot of stuff. And then we got the hot air. So now that I tweaked the hot air a little bit, I'm gonna put that under when I build stuff. I always look around and I'm looking for bottlenecks and issues. So when we get the trains up and running, I look, because trains will push the steel, because we need steel for trains, I think, and titanium. Okay, so let's speed this baby up. And I think what I can do, I'm going to start with this here, and then we'll start walking over, and I'm hoping to make some improvements to the build and how it works. No promises. Let's get cracking with the steel. Okie doke. It's all in. This one definitely went better. Oh boy. Well, okay, so here's the tailings here. Oh, I gotta signal this. And I have an option to pull from here, from the ash pickup area, to pick up tailings. I can pipe it over. That's what I like about pipes. It's a lot easier to, you know, the longer undergrounds. That's why I like pipes for that purpose there. Let's signal this thing up here. I forgot. I requested 500 sand casting. I think that's a little too much, so I kicked it down to 200. And then this might be too much too. 1,000. Well, they got a long travel time for the borax and the coke. And it's just what it is, you know. And then I forgot I have to make this greater than or equal to 2,000 ash. I've got this set up to shut off so the train can load and not stay here. Because I only got 2. I have to add the other 2 yet. Okay, so let's go through. Let's get the trains going. Oh, I did this. I'm evolving the designs. So it's a little overkill. But I'd rather do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mini loaders, but you know, it's a game, so what? I want this to run. And this is like you know, for future stuff, we can try different designs and whatnot, but this is the catch case for when the train is here to shut this off, because like I said, if these are running, we only got 4 trash trains going around. I don't want to add more if I can manage it this way, you know, with 4. So I shut the cases off here, and then that way it keeps collecting stuff. It doesn't back the belts up as we saw from the copper. All right, yeah, and the footprint is much smaller, much cleaner. Power poles are a pain, but what I'm trying to do with the power poles is go have a coverage area. I usually like to go like this, but if I start a build here and end and start, for example, would be like I go on the corner. That way I've got room for the inserter. The inserter can go here. So I like the power pole along this area. And then the belt goes here on this tile, you know. And then it's easy to string them along, right? Well, the next build, you know, like I'm putting it here. The next build would feasibly go here. Look how long of a distance that is compared to that one. So this build would be, you know, all the way out to here. And as you can see, this is just hot air. Well, we got the yard. We got the stone brick, hot air, and then what do we got here? Iron, copper, and steel. That's it. And so these things are huge. They're wide. The other issue that I'm thinking about is I might have to do a 4-lane rail or a bypass rail here to get around this stuff, but I'm tempted to do a 4-lane rail, but we'll worry about that later, you know. I'm not gonna, we'll keep an eye on it, or I'll keep an eye on it off screen. All right, let's key this baby up. It's all ready to go. All we gotta do is put the iron in here, iron ore. That's under here. Boom, and then we got the C thing. It would be nice if they had a tooltip that says copy, but you know, not all mod devs have the time to do that kind of stuff, so it's understandable. Yeah, this was fun. I like this. This build is kind of a 2.0 to the iron build that I have over there. So what I can do is I'll redo this iron one, this iron plate one here. I'll redo this by, I think what I can do, yeah, I'll have to just delete everything and redo it. It's easier to do it that way. And then, well, I'll do probably a rebuild later on of it, you know. I'm not worried about it right now because it works. It's just it's overbuilt on the input side. Same with copper. So we'll have to redo that one as well. We'll have to see if we have any input-output export issues here as we go. Here we go. So the nice thing about steel and aluminium as well, the beryllium, these are all builds that we just need for building. So once we pull them out of the base, we don't have to do anything more than that. Let's just pull them out. Alright, there's our secondary crushers cranking. Got our stone collecting. There goes our ball mill a little bit. There's our dust. Gravel's kicking out. And our slime. We need 3 per craft on these. Look at that. That is cool. Hybrid classifier. Where's the pi on here? I don't see a py. It's hidden somewhere. Oh, there it is right there. Yep, hidden by the drops. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this was... I was fighting with this thing here. Oh my god. There's some unslimed iron going. There we go. We're cranking it along. Yeah, I had this originally going here, and I'm like, well... And then I went out this way, and then I forgot about... I started to design this a mess. Oh god. It's kind of like... taboo to do this. Inserter from a splitter. But it's okay if it's low throughput, you know. So, and this isn't really going to be cranking very hard. Alright. There we go. We got some oxygen going here. There we go. Oh! That would help. Might as well go like this. There we go. Cool. Steel! I'm trying... Oh, I wanted to do this, actually. I'm going to try this. Because there's a little bit stuck in there when it tries to export. So I think I'm going to give that a whirl. Give that just a little bit of buffer coming out of there. Well, I suppose I could do this. Yeah, that'll work. I don't need the splitter there. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit of a buffer out. That way I don't have to tax this thing. There we go. 56. Now, again, this is 5. What does this kick out? 32, okay. So, this isn't supposed to run all the time because we're doing 5. Oh, how much steel do we have? Let's see, that stacks to 100, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't mind having, you know, these trains. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to run down, get that steel train. Oh, you know what? I think what I'd like to do, let's cut this off. And that way I can purge the base. Okay, so I'm going to leave that off. See, I don't want to fill this up because there is a whole heap of ton of steel that we have to get out of there. I'm going to bleed it out. Next episode, we'll do a speed up video on the steel rip. Hopefully I remember to keep the recording going. And we'll rip that up, and then my goal is to start working on like this stuff here, getting the zinc out of there, and other little things. So my assumption is that we have higher tech now for these. So there, yeah. So I'll start to plan those out, and I'll try and get two of those in episode. But the building is taking a long time. But what I'm hoping is that I can refine this a little better, because I got a little bit bunched up over here. I could have spread this out a lot more, and because I have a lot of room here, I could move it, but it's working. If it works, I'm gonna leave it alone. You know. Oh, speaking of working, how are we doing here? Plenty of iron. Everything seems to be running. Yeah, and some of these won't run 100% of the time. That's one thing you got to remember. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, we got some ash coming out of here. Good. 910. Yeah, so not all of these are going to run 100% of the time. It's going to be a portion of time. So, very good. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We got steel now. It's outposted. And I'm really happy with it. I'm pretty sure we'll get lots of use out of this. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.